necessarily care about being on the right side of things legally. Again, I'm not a lawyer.
No, they don't care. They're
I'm not an
managers.
expert.
They
I'm
don't give a
just
shit
on the
about
internet.
that.
Again, if you're a lawyer, please feel free to correct me on the situation. So, of course, if you thought it couldn't get any worse in terms of public relations, well, the Niji Sanji Corporation puts in, or Niji
Hey, have a
Sanji
nice
English
cluster
puts in
stack.
another actual statement regarding concerns that have arisen in relation to our current situation. In the stream done earlier by our livers, a message from Niji Sanji was mentioned that parts of information received from Selen and her lawyer were shared to them by Any Color Incorporated. As mentioned in that stream and in the notice published by Any Color Inc., the notice termination of her contract, Selen and her lawyer claimed that livers associated with Any Color Incorporated were involved, and that they will hold Any Color Inc. legally responsible. Selen and her lawyer mentioned the possibility that they will also hold livers associated with Any Color Inc. legally responsible. In order to check the validity
Wait, I have
of
9
her
dark
lawyer's claim,
clusters.
Any Color Inc. shared only necessary parts of the information sent by her lawyer with our livers and led an internal investigation. Why would you send it in amongst other creators in general if it's sensitive
I'm just gonna sell them.
information? Do you understand how stupid that sounds? Yes, just because you are part and
Ooh, revival
represented does
roots.
not mean you can share people's private personal information in amongst your cohorts of other creators. It makes no sense. What is wrong with you? To begin with, Any Color Incorporated has not made any confidentiality violations regarding submitted documents for legal claims such as these. However, regarding the specific information and documentation which Selen's lawyers requested, we do not share with our livers. With utmost consideration of this request, Any Color Inc. has not shared any such information. In addition, our livers are not held to any confidentiality obligation regarding the information shared to them from Any Color Inc. Thus, there are no legal issues regarding the information shared. After a rigorous legal check, Any Color Inc. hereby declares that it has not made any confidentiality violations while checking the validity of
Welcome
claims
to the
made
Bank
by
of
Selen
Stormwind.
and her lawyer
We offer
with its
financial accounts and
affiliated
safety
livers.
deposit
Man, that is
boxes
like
for
just
valuable
patting
items.
yourself on the
Do
back,
you already
putting
have
the
an
fucking
account with
medal
us,
on
ma'am?
you. How do you just checked yourself and now you hereby declare that you've done no sin. It is all halal. We declared that it's good, okay? And given that what is alleged to be released, at least from Dokibird, is actually medical and hospital records in this situation, without her consent, that should have been kept private. And again, even the Any Color Corporation ended up coming out like 5 hours before I recorded this video, and literally it even apologized, again, addressed their concerns. I'm Riku Tazumi, CEO of Any Color Incorporated.
I'm making this video to speak directly to you.
Stargate.
Now, this is 6 minutes and 35 seconds of, I guess you could say, just, bottom of the barrel promises, and that's pretty much all it comes down to. Will this company actually get some level of professionalism? Who knows at this point, ladies and gentlemen? What I have learned in this situation is this is not a good company. And if anything, this is a company that I would stay far, far away from. Because of all of this backlash, it seems as though that a lot of the people are accusing, Any Color of being a black company, which, according in Japanese terms, is an exploitative sweatshop type employment system. So again, this is one of those allegations which, the more I read about the situation, the more I actually personally think that all of these organizations are things that you should stay away from. Look, at the end of the day, this is a company that has basically jumped into a market that is worth billions of dollars, right? That's how big the actual VTuber industry is. And a lot of the VTubers that are part of this ecosystem are some of the biggest creators that, if you're watching my channel, you may not be a VTuber enjoyer or somebody that watches this content, but you cannot deny the level of actual success that they have built up. And of course, when you build up this level of success, there's going to be organizations like this in idol culture, whatever kind of culture, that are literally there existing to prey and predate on these individuals. And it seems like this is a story of how one individual basically jumped into this organization, and unfortunately their experience was outright bad. That's not to say everybody's experience is probably terrible, but in this situation a lot of eyes were opened up, and it seems like a lot of the people that are offering their support to Selen, Dokibird, are people that have been in this industry, people that do know their character and can attest for it. And now I'm not going to sit here and pretend that there may not be two sides to every story. I'm sure that there is. But given the unprofessionalism witnessed by the Nijisanji group right now, and Any Color Corporation, Incorporated, whatever, it obviously, like, the amount of support the community is putting towards Selen obviously is a shown of itself. Obviously, you know, you can see, like, how beloved this individual is versus this, you know, corporation that has just seemingly treated the situation entirely like a joke. Look, at the end of the day, toxic workplace cultures exist in nearly every field, and that's not an okay statement. You know, we should be trying to get rid of as much toxicity in workplaces that we can. And this isn't a situation of, oh, this is how it is in Japan, or this is
why I
in
don't
the
want,
States,
like,
or Canada, or whatever.
big fame or big money or big clout from this. I'd accept it if it happened, but I don't want it, because it's like all these, like, I don't have the bandwidth after the brain damage and the fucking problems and all this. I don't have, and the PTSD, I don't have the, wait. Ice Cluster, yeah, for 70s. That got cheaper. Wow. But the Dark Clusters will be money. Yeah, that's good. This will be 36K coming in. That's good.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
I actually don't think I'm going to stop playing 11. I think I'm going to switch it up. Do something different. I've been grinding BST for weeks on end. It'd be nice to do something else, and I could do some work to make BST a little bit better, I suppose. Yeah, like, I'm beginning to realize that heals are nice. Oops, I farted. Heals are nice, but, like, Flea would get me out of a lot more problems, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I don't know. Like, White Mage is strong if you play it the right way, but it's so, I don't know, it's interesting.
Approaching Stargate.
Alright, so I posted everything, right? Yeah, oh no, I guess I didn't post that. Yeah, processed magnolia lumber, I guess I didn't get that. Maybe you can't post that, I don't know. I'll go sell it. And then I am going to play... You know, I think it is annoying to me that I don't own Minecraft. I've been thinking about buying it, even though I did buy it. I bought it before it was released, and they said I would never have to pay for it again, but I don't have that on my account. I don't have that account. I don't have that email anymore, even. Fucking annoying. I bought Minecraft so many damn times, but then the one time I want to go play it, I don't have it. It's so annoying. I don't know. Minecraft's fun, but it's too slow. It's a
Autopilot jumping.
kids game, really.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
At the end of the day, if you are in a situation where you feel that you are bullied, that you are being intimidated, that you are not being respected, then it is a situation that you should be allowed to leave in a neutral fashion without any, bad blood. I mean, you could have bad blood. Obviously, we're all human beings. We all have our own thought processes.
Wow, I'm at
and
1.3.
emotions, but you shouldn't be walking away with something knowing that dirty laundry could get aired, or you may not have the exit that you legally are entitled to. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, Doki Bird managed to make it out of this with her life and, of course, with her platform intact. A platform that is growing. And, for anybody that's in the Nijisanji group, obviously, I can't fault some of these creators either. Being in a situation like this, you you do answer to bosses, right? And obviously for these 3 people that had to run a stream basically being mouthpieces, I'm not going to outright vilify them, but I think it's just shitty personally seeing that these people that are friends are ultimately, you know, going after the paycheck more. Obviously, it's easy to say this from the outside looking in. I don't entirely know the ins and outs of this organization. But yeah, Selen managed to get out of it, and if anything, this opened up eyes for outside parties to look into how some of these organizations operate. Look, there's been accusations thrown at Niji Sanji now because that they're a black company, and I mentioned this term in the beginning. A black company in Japan is typically known as an exploitative sweatshop-like company. And unfortunately, it really seems like when it comes to, in my experience with talent agencies, and this has nothing to do with Niji Sanji, I really do feel that when it comes to agencies that are out there to specifically profit and just earn off of the backs of talented individuals, there really does seem to be a sweatshop, almost predatory angle to this situation. And look, at the end of the day, Yep.
I get what you're saying. I'm done with it now. I want to go looking at...
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Project Gorgon. Wow. That was 5 years ago, too.
Approaching Stargate.
Capitalist Minecraft.
If you don't cause the planet to be destroyed by your own industry. A game where you need 3 players working together.
Thank you,
to make
Sickness
a simple
MC, for the
bet.
excellent
That
content
game
from Mr. Mills,
is
like the sub to
eco,
your channel.
and it's not
Autopilot
actually
jumping.
a game. It's a social experiment where players have to get their own job, getting paid for the goods they produce, spend that money on the worst food imaginable, as the butcher forgot to auto-cue its meat production again. It's a
Warping to
test
Stargate.
on how long
Warp
the human
drive
body can go
active.
without sleep, because the carpenter needs 2,500 wooden logs, and you really want that owl statue. It's an absolute time sink of a game, where every animal, every tree, and every player activity is measured, recorded, and simulated, with your actions actually impacting the world you play on, with one simple goal: shoot the meteor before it shoots you, without destroying the planet you are trying to save. It's an absolutely unique experience no one is really talking about. A game so complex I can't even summarize it in this simple intro. So let me take you on a journey through what this game is, the many stories I have, and the absolute insanity that is Eco Global Survival. Being originally released in 2018 by Strange Loop Games, Eco was supposed to be an educational tool, being used in schools to show kids the danger of global warming and the impact it has on our society. However, instead of that, it got hijacked by a different kind of kids. Adult men, who liked what Eco wanted to do, a game where every save file...
Hey, it's Catspur. $10.70. Thank you, AC, for excellent content from a stream. Like to sub to your channel. Okay. I mean, I could switch off FFXI, but I'm not going to, I don't think.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Mike, welcome to our YouTube channel. Welcome to another World Unlimited. Before you are high enough, there are a handful of things that factor into combat. So, this section right here, this one in the middle, on the middle left, shows where you're going to be aiming on the body of the character. So, currently I'm aiming for the center of the creature. If I want to aim low, I can aim low by clicking on that. See, so this is basically, it lets you choose your direction. If you want to hit somebody, if you want to avoid somebody's shield because they have a shield in their right arm, you can attack left, different things like that. Now the second part is footing. It says your footing is normal at the moment. That means that I am gaining no advantage from where I am standing. If you are standing above a person, so up on a hill, so you have the higher ground, it will give you an advantage. Let's see if I can draw the chicken over a little bit.
Approaching
to a
Stargate.
Hill. He's not going to follow me over to a hill. But if say I stand downhill from him, it'll turn, if it's enough of a thing, it'll turn and say that you have a disadvantage because of your footing. See? Your footing is unbalanced because I am on the slope of a hill. If we stand above him, we're going to get the best advantage. Now, second is this little range down here. This is going to tell you if your distance is correct. Okay, because certain weapons have different distances. For instance, a spear, you're going to want to stand a little bit further back from your opponent, while a sword, you're going to want to stand medium, and certain things you're going to want to stand extra close. If I get too close to him, I'm not going to be doing efficient damage. See, your target is too close, so it's going to be harder for me to damage him. If I stand too far back, it'll go to the too far back. Pretty self-explanatory. Basically, you just move back and forth until this dial gets in the distance is good. Now, Shield Bash. Shield bashing is used when you have a shield equipped, and it will knock your target off balance, allowing you to do more damage, and taking the character a second before it can attack you again. It will use up more stamina than your average attack,
Autopilot
but
jumping.
of course it defends you a little bit. The final one is Focus, and Focus is arguably one of the most important. As you can see, I'm currently not focused on combat. You want to click this a handful of times in combat, because
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Thank you, Bastion the Tyrant. I'd like to sub to your channel.
Shield blocks. Let's do that. Alright, next thing we're going to demonstrate is a shield block. This is a static shield block, very basic. It's just getting you used to your shield AoE, which is your area of effect. Now, in Life is Feudal, things are a bit wishy-washy. It's got its own combat style. Things don't actually hit where they're supposed to hit. I can take a spear, move it out here, and hit him as I swing it. which is an advanced technique. So just understand your weapon and what you're using. Each shield, each weapon is going to be different. But anyways, here's a static shield block. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to right click when I see him swing, and it's going to block. Now you do have to aim, so if you don't hit the mark, you won't be able to block it. All right, now what I want you guys to notice is that when you block,
Approaching
and you time it
Stargate.
correctly, the shield is going to take the damage, and you're not going to take the soft damage. All right. But if I get hit in the shield, I'm going to get hit for soft damage, losing soft health damage. So if you look at your health bar, you'll see that there's 2 bars. Now, if you're coming to this combat tutorial, you should understand the basic UI of Life's Field by now. You should be able to master the PvE aspect and all other aspects of the game before you dive into combat, and you really want to get into it and understand it. So everything that I'm describing here on the UI, I'm barely going to touch over it because you should already know what it is. When you look at your health bar, you'll see the top bar, soft health damage. This is what's going to translate. So if Benedict hits me in the shield, it's still going to give full damage, but it's just going to translate to my soft health instead of my hard health. Alright? So the only...
You are incredibly good at a game. For most players, the game you play
Autopilot
is the
jumping.
game you bought, but that's not good enough for you. Your teammates aren't as good as you. You are among the elites. You ascend the ladder for a competitive game, and eventually you can be a pro.
Moving to
It's
Stargate.
easy to say
Warp
who's
drive
better,
active.
simply because you can play against that other player and prove it. But what about in a cooperative game? Simple. You make it more challenging. You make it impossible. You turn that tide of enemies into an onslaught and challenge your death wish to a duel. This is the story of a small community of players who wanted to be the best in the world. They were willing to build an entire organization, develop custom mods, and build an outreach program that finds and recruits new players to the game, all in the name of turning a cooperative game competitive and proving no one is.
Approaching Stargate.
I want to watch a
Shield
different
blocks.
review again.
Let's do that.
It looks like the game's got the kind of thing I'm looking for. Top 40. Okay, we're going to move it over and go back to work here, I guess.
Hi, you're on the image game.
Oops. Thank you, Image Game, for the excellent content for my channel. I'd like to sub to your channel.
Is quite popular and enticing with its unique atmosphere. Developers are actively
Oh, I've
using
seen this one.
and have embodied in
Damn it. I don't know this one.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to Stargate.
Yeah, when she's back,
drive
I'll
active.
log off EVE and I'll play some Skyrim, I think. Okay, so yep, let's change to Skyrim. I'm glad I got it running. I got Fallout 4 running too.
Approaching Stargate.
I can't get the screen. So annoying. Oh god, what happened? Something's happened. What happened to it? It's bad even on my screen. What the fuck?
Orbit station. Warp drive active.
Wow. Something happened there. I don't know what. I just killed it. I don't know what happened there. You know, I'm gonna look into what happened to. Thank you, Gametopia, for the next concert for my stream. I'd like to sub to your channel.
If you've ever dreamed of stepping into the shoes of a knight, exploring grand castles, and engaging in epic battles, then you're in for a treat. In this video, we will be showcasing some of the best medieval open-world games that allow you to fulfill your heroic ambitions. Whether you're drawn to epic battles, intricate storytelling, or the allure of a vast open world, these games have something to offer every aspiring medieval adventurer. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. In The Witcher 3, you can immerse yourself in a dark and gritty medieval world filled with monsters, magic, and morally complex characters, where every decision you make has far-reaching consequences that shape the narrative and the world around you. As the legendary monster hunter Geralt of Rivia, players must navigate a vast and immersive open world filled with dangers both human and supernatural. The game's combat system offers a range of weapons and spells to master, allowing players to take on even the most fearsome creatures. But the game is also known for its complex and compelling story, which is filled with morally ambiguous characters, political machinations, and plenty of tough choices to make. And with multiple endings based on player choices, there's always a reason to replay the game and explore its world even further.
It's okay, I'll fix it.
Kingdom Come: Deliverance. Kingdom Come: Deliverance is a unique and immersive medieval RPG in which you play as Henry, a humble blacksmith's son, in a captivating medieval tale of political intrigue, war, and personal redemption.
Autopilot
the game offers a
disabled.
vast and
Waypoint
realistic open-world
reached.
environment filled with stunning landscapes, bustling towns, and perilous forests. Prepare to navigate treacherous quests, engage in intense battles, and make crucial choices that shape the course of your destiny. It also offers an authentic recreation of medieval life, allowing you to encounter the complexities of feudal relationships and experience realistic combat techniques. The game provides diverse options for you to develop your character and choose the playstyle, whether it's through combat as a knight, stealth as a rogue, or diplomacy as a charismatic character. Before we move on to the next game, if you're finding this video helpful, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps me out a lot and allows me to keep making more videos like this for you. Now let's get back to the video. Rustler. Rustler is a hilarious and action-packed game that puts a medieval spin on the open-world genre. Set in a medieval-inspired world, you play as Guy, a witty and mischievous protagonist on a quest for fame and fortune. As you explore the vast and dynamic sandbox, You'll engage in wild and unconventional activities, from engaging in epic jousting tournaments to causing mayhem in the town square. With a tongue-in-cheek sense of humor, Rustler offers anachronistic elements like modern-day references and quirky quests that add a unique twist to the medieval setting. Whether you're stealing horses, engaging in epic sword fights, or causing chaos with unconventional weaponry, Rustler provides a refreshing and comedic take on the medieval open-world experience. Assassin's Creed Unity. Assassin's Creed Unity takes you to 18th century Paris, where you can experience the chaos and violence of the era firsthand. The game's signature parkour-based gameplay allows players to scale towering buildings and navigate the city's streets with ease, while the combat system offers a range of weapons and tactics to master. And of course, the game's story is filled with political intrigue, conspiracies, and plenty of assassination missions. The attention to historical details in this game is pretty impressive, from the stunning recreations of Paris to the authentic costumes and weapons of the era, which truly immerses you in the rich atmosphere during the French Revolution. And with a range of side missions and activities to engage in, there's always something new to discover in this immersive medieval world. Medieval Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty transports you to a medieval world where you can build and manage your own dynasty. Set in a rich and immersive medieval simulation and role-playing elements. You must build your own village and resources to ensure the survival.
Something's wrong with it now.
Game, historical accuracy is given significant attention, from the authentic costumes and architecture to the detailed simulation of medieval life. And with a range of quests and activities to engage in, you can truly shape the destiny of your dynasty. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a game that lets you
I can't believe you did Elden Ring.
The game gives you the choice exactly what you can do in Mount and Blade 2, Bannerlord. This game offers a unique blend of action-packed battles and strategic empire building, allowing players to experience the thrill of both. You can even take on the enemy commander in a one-on-one duel, which makes the game Rival is the name of the game. Unlike traditional RPGs, this game takes a realistic approach, placing emphasis on the challenges of melee weapons.
It was good.
Warrior determined to protect the island of Tsushima from Mongol invasion. You can the combat
on the
mechanics.
PlayStation.
Skyrim is the 5th installment for a variety of NPCs.
Skyrim. That's a funny video, but boy, I tore through it in like fucking 90 seconds or something like that. The 10 best of all time. Oh, come on. Ars Notoria.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of
Thank you,
games,
Splattercat Gaming. I'd like to sub to your channel.
Ars Notoria. This is an open-world survival RPG that's set in a medieval world after your village gets burned down. Today we're going to jump on in and see if this is a game that's worth your notice, figure out whether or not this is something we all want to play. If after watching this you wanted to check the game out, they do have a demo. I don't know how long that'll be available. I'm now recording after the Steam Next Fest. I'm still hitting demos that were on the Next Fest, but they are subject to go down at any time. What I do is I load up on demos the night that it ends, and I leave my Steam in offline mode so that the demos can't get pulled, so that I can still get my recordings done. But the link is down below. On top of that, you can also take a look down there, and you can find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. Let's go ahead and start playing the game. So as far as making a new character goes, I'll probably leave him exactly the way that he is, but it looks like we can have different levels of musculature. It looks like that's disabled right now, so yeah, we'll just keep it on main. And we'll go splat right there.
Oh,
and
you're on the wrong screen. Can you fix? Yes, you can.
Let's go ahead and start the game. Don't look at Fart over here. Don't you look at Fart. Fart's just doing his own thing right now, all right? He was a test fart, just to make sure that the game was cool. I'm gonna start a new game on normal difficulty. We'll call the server Splat, just to keep things going quickly. And let's confirm it, and then we'll accept, and we'll dive on into the game. That guy got beat to hell. He just stood there and took it too. He didn't and try to get out of the way.
I don't even
There's
know.
a sword coming. That's an axe. You should move when that's coming towards you.
Try it now. See if it'll run right.
Start a new game on normal difficulty.
Yeah, I want to go back. I want to see.
So as far as making a new character goes, I'll probably leave him exactly the way that he is, but it looks like we can have different levels of musculature. It looks like that's disabled right now, so yeah, we'll just keep it on main. And we'll go splat right there, and I think that should be good enough. Let's go ahead and start the game. Don't look at Fart over here. Don't you look at Fart. Fart's just doing his own thing right now, alright? He was a test fart.
Oh, you can see the frames drop. The frames are dropped. Something's wrong.
Started the game on normal difficulty.
Oh my god, you're pissing me off. You won't run.
He just stood there and
you're
took
dropping
it too. He
frames.
didn't try to get out of the way.
You're like
There's a sword
fucked
coming.
up,
That's
and you won't fix. And I don't know what's wrong with you. And you're on the wrong screen, and I can't get you to do it right. You're so fucking stupid. This game is, like, I don't think it's playable on stream, basically. It's so annoying. And now I've got to change my fucking title, because Bethesda fails yet again. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to put on this thing and take a look at what this guy's playing, and I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna play.
An axe. You should move when that's coming towards you. And just like that, we wake up on the edges of town. We'll skip the tutorial because I kind of know what I'm doing. I played around with the game for a little while prior to the recording. Not very long, like 10 or 15 minutes. But let's have a look around. So we start out effectively in an open world where we can do whatever the hell we want. For the moment, we've got to do that normal Minecraft thing, though. And we need to find some sticks and we need to find some rocks so that we can start manufacturing some tools and getting ourselves ready to go to face that kind of problem on my hands. Come out. I can't see a damn. May be able to find something useful around here. We may also get, because the character menu is unfortunately disabled right now. So I don't think leveling up is really going to be that much help at this exact junction. But hey. Oh cool, we level up our skills too, sort of like Bethesda style. I've gotten better at swords. I don't know that what I have right now fully qualifies as a sword, but I'll take it. We've got some kind of mill over here. What's going on with the mill? Anything I should be concerned about going on over here at the old miller's residence? Another rat! Time for us to go to valorous war. It seems like we really have a leg up on the rat. I don't know if they're gonna have, if you notice, there's a little meter that's building up right there. I don't know if that's like a balance meter or what that might be, like if we get a stun when that tops off. But down goes that rat too. If anything, I have a lot of rat pelts, and I have a lot of rat. I don't know if it actually did need have a cyclification. That, you know how these like. If I can find any more cotton around. Looks like there's a cotton over there. Oh, there's a whole cotton field on that side. Hold up, let's just go down the road then and get the cotton. Oh, it is the promised land of the cotton. Okay, I have really bad news.
Let's look at Ars Notoria on Steam. This game sold me almost instantly, but it's kind of weird. Gotta go look at like Ars Notoria. Is an early access game that is not out yet. Okay. Good to know.
cultivated cotton apparently is built different. All right, that's what I'm learning out here. Is that cotton that hangs out is built different. So we need better. We got a poor quality tool right now. So we got to get a better tool before we can harvest that. You know how these like incremental systems go. I do have a pickaxe though. So maybe I saw a bunch of iron.
It does look good. Skyrim is not going to be what I play. Just won't play on stream very well. I guess I'll play some Elden Ring. That's what I'll do. I'll change my title. Yep, play some Elden Ring and yeah, gonna kill that. That did not work. I'm not gonna put Skyrim on my stream anymore. It just won't stream. It won't do it. It's driving me crazy. It's so annoying. Maybe I should just get rid of my other monitors and maybe it would fix it all. I don't know. I can't tell. I can't monitor the stream without a second monitor, so it's no good. I can't do it. So instead of Skyrim, we will do Elden Ring. I changed my mind. Elden Ring. Yep. And category. Elden Ring. Save. Save. Get out. And yep. Yep. There's that. Oh, it's gonna get loud. No, don't blast me. Don't blast me. I hate it when you do this. Oh god, it's loud. It's loud. Don't do it. I think I have to do the same thing with this one too. Oh god, I do. But that's okay, because it at least plays, you know. I am looking for... Yeah, did I change it? Yeah, I'm going to do Elden Ring. And I got to change my title on YouTube, which... There we go. Twitch and YouTube. Elden Ring. Elden Ring. Okay. Save, and then, okay, and then we're gonna go back and change it up. How's that looking? Yeah, that's good on stream. Looks good. Oh yeah, I have like a staff and a shield, huh? Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do I have to talk to people?
Pleasure to meet you. My name is Roderica. I'm a recent arrival. Isn't this place impressive? The round table hold, covert quarters of the Two Fingers, and gathering place of champions who vie to become Elden Lord. I never knew the guidance bestowed upon us Tarnished had such fantastic roots, although it's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose. It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
Trying to find something, but
It's all a bit much for me, in truth. I'm still looking for my own purpose.
You're a new face. No matter, it's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldakin's blessing. Do you think it vulgar, perhaps? Where I come from, it is a sacred act.
What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called The Bloodline. This is another one of those one-man operations that's been making the circulation. Add things to it and make it a little bit more livable. They gave me a spear. I can stab guys with it, and so I figure I'll go stab guys with it. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out, but they gave me a quest to go murder some goblins, so that's exactly what I'm gonna go do. Now, from the time I've spent running around playing the game, I found that the game does indeed have Skyrim-style skills, like Bethesda-style. If you utilize skills, those skills get better. Every time you get a skill or, like, gain a skill level in one of those kind of connected things, the little meter in the top left that's around your level will increase. And once it fills out completely, you get an entirely new character level. The adventure begins with some light stabbing. Look at me, goblins. Despair, for I stab at thee with might and verve. Impacts feel pretty good on the weapons right now, liking the way that it feels. Hitboxes feel like they're configured properly. Oh, there's another one right there too. Is that I thought it said goblin wife. I thought it like distinctively called out that there was like 4 goblins inside of here. And then also, oh, their arms and legs and stuff came off too. Sucks to be them, man. But on the plus side, I have defeated all of the goblins, and so we can kind of go back with our head held high and tell people that we solved at least one of the pressing issues for the kingdom, which is that these are pretty brazen goblins, man. They did set up like 6 inches away from my castle, and I don't like it when people are creeping on my domain like that. It looks like over here we can make new plots so you can build towers. It looks like there's going to be both a construction and a crafting system. So like plot 4, you could put in a great many different we bought and the abilities that we have not. In my opinion, the abilities that have not been built should be gray. Calm down. Get out of here. Nobody wants to talk to you. Leave me alone. Go away. Your leg came off. I didn't think a piercing weapon could actively do that, but your leg done come off. I apologize for that little bit disrespectful but that's the way it goes. I want my, yeah, where's my abilities at? Show me my abilities here. Okay, so I can like, that's like a big old thrust. And then that's also like a big old thrust. Okay, we got this covered. What's inside this old castle over here? What's up, bro? You want to battle? I'll battle you right. Ooh, he thought. He thought. How does the blocking work? Okay, it's the same as, so apparently the developer of this game is a big fan of Vermintide. Because the melee combat in this game functions pretty much identically. It doesn't look like I've got the same, it looks like I can kind of like shift around. I don't know if I get any type of, you know, bonus for doing that. Looks like I got 2 gold for killing that goblin over there. How much is this one worth? These goblins are like super worth it to murder. Oh god, I disintegrated that one. Okay, yeah, dude, hyper violence. Hell, I don't like that one bit. There we go. Get his armor. Stab him. This little wizard guy's gotta go. He doesn't just like kinda have to go. He like super has to go. There we go. All right, what did he drop? What are these goodies right here that you dropped? A goblin mace. Yeah, let's. Oi! Calm down, you little turd. I just need like a second. Let me breathe, man. I want to equip a new weapon. That's what I want to do. So we've got 20 damage right there, speed below average. Yeah, but it's like a bonk stick though. Okay, we'll see how this feels. We'll try out the bonk stick for a minute. I can't use any of my abilities with the bonk stick, which may maybe eliminate our efficacy in combat, but it does seem to knock them around a little bit by comparison to the spear for sure. So I'm sort of beginning to wonder if certain enemies maybe have resistances against certain damage. Zone is pretty big, man. I've been wandering around now for like, I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes, just like testing the boundaries of where you can go. And it feels like they've kind of got that, I call this kind of like the Nintendo principle. Because this is a thing you're going to find most commonly with Nintendo, because they design around like points of interest. That's how they do their map design, is through line of sight contact with points of interest. And so what I mean when I say they follow the Nintendo principle is they've spackled the skyline and also just kind of the horizon with little things that you see and you think to yourself, I wonder what that is, and then you kind of just like wander over there, and there are enough little action RPG fights like in between all the little areas that you walk between that like you level up a little bit, you get a tiny bit stronger, like you have a couple like little feeder fights where you scuffle with somebody, and then, you know, you arrive at your destination to do some exploration and some investigation. I need this guy. It's an abandoned logging camp, huh? I need this guy right here. He's just gonna run away, huh? That's what's gonna happen here? Alright, I'm gonna fight this guy then. Look at what I did to this guy. You see that guy right there? He used to have an arm. Now he doesn't have an arm anymore. If you don't come back, I'm gonna do the same thing to you. I know that's a really poor argument because I'm gonna do the same thing to you even if you do come back, but there you go. Reach down inside your tummy bits and find your bravery. You can also do a bump, just like when you play Vermintide. Like the combat system in this game actually feels like a low budget version of Vermintide. That's pretty much it. It's like Vermintide if it was put together by like one guy who had like no budget whatsoever and was kind of doing his best. A lot of the swings have kind of like that vibe to them. The blocks feel pretty good. Honestly, I think for one guy trying to replicate what is considered to be one of the best combat systems in Melee of all time, there's like Mount and Blade Warband, there's like Chivalry, and you know, there's Vermintide. Like those are the games that are held to a very, very high level of respect when it comes to their Melee combat. Pulling it off to the extent that this game has is actually pretty good. The weapons have different like attack cycles and things that they can do. Feels pretty good to me so far. I was kind of hoping we'd find like a treasure or something around here. Not just a couple of bandits. Lackadaisical. We can get like another level or two, or like maybe some armor or something, and then we could go out to the island. It does seem like we've kind of run out of trees that are choppable out this way though. It looked like most of them were kind of centered near where you enter the zone. Anything inside the log? Anything inside the camp? Oh, you can interact with this. Hey, we can cook. Cool. Need water. What else? Our bed on the stone front. I only found 2 or 3 nodes for building up our base back at home. I think I'm doing that. Earlier I thought that they parried me, but I'm pretty sure I'm parrying them. So I think if you interrupt one of their swings mid-animation, it gives you that little slow motion thing that you can do. What do you want to do, man? All that lead up just to get lamped, bro. How do you feel right now? It's kind of a bummer. Oh, can I pick that? Oh. It apparently also has a physics system, so I can pick up dropped swords and stuff, and I can, like, throw them at people? Alright, that's an actual interesting piece of information to stay wary of. Is there anything going? Can I go inside this mine, dude? If I go inside this mine, if this mine is actually like an enterable location, I'm gonna lose it. It's not. Okay. I was gonna say, dude, that would be a little bit too perfect. Like, at this point, I like what the game has going on, and I think it's very, very interesting stuff. This is becoming an early access that I'm incredibly excited about, and I've only played for about 30 minutes. I try to go into situations like this with some level of trepidity, because, like, I don't want to give the impression that I'm being too forgiving with a game, especially if it...
Yeah, let's go play that. I'm gonna stop Elden Ring, and we'll give this game a spin. I bought this for... Oh, no, I have to install it. Well, 1343, yeah, install on my D drive, yeah. And, yeah, I think I am going to go to bed a little bit early tonight because I'm not feeling too well, and I'm struggling to provide content, and I think rather than bash my head against the wall on a Tuesday night or whatever it is, what is it? It's Tuesday night, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. I think rather than bash my head against the MMO wall, because it's like I've kind of done everything I want to do today, and I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this will download. Let's watch some more of it, I guess. Let's watch some more of it.
It has glaring issues. I mean...
Let's look at the Bloodline review. Yeah, let's see what this...
The Bloodline is an early access sandbox adventure RPG that exists in a strange space between Skyrim and RuneScape with an impressive level of freedom that honestly feels quite refreshing. You're free to be the crafter of your dreams without picking up a single weapon, or you can single-handedly go out and decimate the goblin population to become a renowned hero. No matter what path you choose, though, just be ready to run into a fair number of bugs along the way, because when I say the Bloodline is an early access, we're talking early access. My name's Johnny Bueno, and in the Bloodline, I took the role of a special lad known as the Harbinger. The Harbinger is essentially a member of some long royal bloodline that has commanded respect over the ages. You'll essentially be working to get everyone in the land to notice you through your deeds so that nobody forgets the greatness of your bloodline. There's more details on the lore behind who you are exactly as you progress through the main questline, but let's just leave it at that for now. You'll be accomplishing your noble deeds in a sandbox-style world that, while advertised as an open world, isn't as open as you'd think. The game world is presented as several separate zones that are reachable through a world map screen. You select a destination on the world map, and your character will travel to your destination while time fast forwards, giving the players a sense of scale as it can take a day or several days of in-game time to reach another area. This system probably sounds quite familiar to those that have played the Mountain Blade games, and while it's not necessarily a bad system in the context of the Bloodline, it certainly isn't a true open-world experience. Now, as for the zones themselves, despite the game's early access status, there is a pretty decent variety of open areas, dungeons, and bustling cities to visit, even in its current state. You'll visit sprawling flatlands, lush forests, volcanic crags, and snowy fields filled with wildlife and plenty of nodes to gather resources from. Cities do feel bustling and alive, even if the NPCs inhabiting them just seem to wander aimlessly or stand completely still in random spots. Although some are still incomplete, what I did like about the cities in the Bloodline is that several of them seem to take inspiration from real-life historical locations. There's plenty of your typical fantasy town hubs, but you've also got a city inspired by ancient Greece, filled with hoplite-style soldiers, or a more classic Italian-style city with some rather impressive architecture. The latter is yet to be complete, as the NPC dialogue here seems to be placeholder for the time being, but it's clear that the developer has a keen eye for designing cities with some serious scale. These areas and their inhabitants are all presented in a mostly charming, low-poly graphical presentation. I think the game has just enough goofiness where this style actually complements it quite well. And because these zones are actually well designed with many points of interest to give each one some character, it doesn't become a complete eyesore after the first few hours of gameplay. On the topic of gameplay, I hope you like grinding skills, because that's what you'll be spending a large portion of your time doing when playing the Bloodline. There's a ton of skills to grind up and improve, and knowing that this game is still at the beginning stages of early access, there's likely much more to come. For now, though, you'll have the option of leveling up crafting and gathering style skills like woodcutting, mining, alchemy, and cooking. On top of that, there is, of course, your combat skills for each weapon category, like spears and two-handed weapons, along with a number of different schools of magic. Even beyond that, there are movement-based skills you can improve, like running, jumping, climbing, and even wall running. So yeah, on top of a world to explore and quests to complete, you can spend countless hours grinding away and watching numbers go up, so you can unlock the ability to grind higher level things and watch numbers go up even more. One thing I did like is that some skills do come with a little mini-game that you have to play that rewards you for proper timing. Woodcutting and mining, for example, rewards you with bonus resources for clicking at just the right moment. Smithing will have you playing DDR to increase the quality of your crafted weapon, and taming has you run around and collect hearts to earn the love of your target creature within a set time limit. These are all fairly simplistic touches to leveling your skills, but it's kind of a nice way to keep players engaged with the game beyond just crafting and gathering with the press of a single button. Another area that the Bloodline excels at is the sense of exploration when visiting the various zones spread throughout the world map. Each of the open field style areas always has something in the distance that will catch your eye and make you want to work your way towards it in search of treasure or a fight. Makeshift camps, abandoned churches, spooky crypts, and imposing towers are just a few examples of the points of interest you can run into, and sometimes, in addition to treasure, you'll find resource nodes or, if you're lucky, a spell book that will teach you a new spell. My favorite part of playing more open sandbox-style games is going to an area with a specific intention, like completing a side quest, only to be pleasantly distracted because I caught a glimpse of an abandoned shack far off in the distance. To aid you in exploration, the Bloodline features impressive freedom of movement that lets you freely climb surfaces and use a grappling hook to scale cliffs and buildings. And you're given this grappling hook right off the bat during the tutorial of the game, so it's not something you have to unlock through discovery or completing quests. As long as you have the stamina to keep using it, it's actually pretty easy to abuse, and you'll be able to climb whatever you feel like climbing without restriction. This blows exploration wide open, which I love, and I think this is completely intentional by the developer. And speaking of blowing exploration wide open, you're also able to obtain a flying mount early on in the game if you know where to look. For example, remember when I said my curiosity took over because I caught a glimpse of an abandoned shack in the distance? Well, this shack just happened to have a broomstick in it that's perfectly rideable, repeatedly summonable, and ready to take to the sky. So you're even given the ability to zip around in the sky, making questing and searching for gathering nodes incredibly easy. If you're feeling cheesy, you can even shoot enemies from atop your broomstick with range weapons while they helplessly stand in place and accept their fate. Some might call it cheap, I call it aerial superiority. On the more peaceful side of gameplay, there are some building aspects that you can mess around with in and outside of your stronghold, which serves as your character's home base. You can construct new buildings that provide various services like a smithy, or plop down a number of decorations to spruce up your stronghold and customize the exterior to your liking. However, this appears to be one of the more incomplete aspects of the game in its current state. Many of the buildings you can create, while listed in the building menu, haven't been implemented into the game yet. There's also an incredibly interesting system, the theme system, that allegedly invites certain visitors to your stronghold based on the type of buildings and decorations you put down. I tried testing this by putting down a number of Necromancer-style decorations, but besides giving me a marginal amount of experience for the Necromancer theme, it didn't seem to affect much. So I can only assume this is another feature yet to be implemented, but I'm very intrigued to see what the final product looks like so I can build my very own Necromancer Haven. The last thing I want to touch on for gameplay is the high number of bugs present in the current early access version of the game. Yes, I know bugs technically don't count as gameplay, but they do impact the gameplay experience. The game is pretty rough around the edges in its current state, and you're likely to run into several issues within the first few.
Welcome to the swamp.
Thank you, Excaligator, for the excellent content from my stream.
What the hell is going on here? God damn, I just can't even. Anyway, you might be wondering what this small indie RPG that just kind of came out of the blue is.
Why does he look like a ghetto gal? Oh my god.
All about? I'm not sure either. Let's find out. My name is Excaligator. I rate games based on many categories that would fit into most survival games, based on a 1 to 5 freely, but to travel between the segments, you are forced into an overworld top-down view to travel. This is completely immersion breaking for me, especially when the loading up of this overworld takes 5 to 10 seconds each. It also hurts because there's no actual map for you to pull up and look at in the game, only the overworld map. So every time you dismiss it, even if you stayed in the same location that you did and didn't leave, it will always throw you back to the spawning point of that area. So if you wanted to know how far away you were from something particular within that locale, do not pull up the overworld map to check it out, or it's going to send you right back to the spawn and you will lose all of that distance. I'm sorry, but this is by far my biggest pet peeve about this game, and I hope the developer reconsiders this idea. I know it's just one guy developing this game, but if you say you were inspired by Morrowind, then make it open world like Morrowind, not segmented. Anyway, that was my rant. Now let's talk about the good things, because there's a lot here that are in fact very good. Within the various segmented areas themselves, you have free roam. You can find ore nodes, you can find trees to chop down, fishing spot. Enemies within the area seem to have a designated spawning locale, but they might not always be the same type or in the same quantity. An example is, let's say the base of a staircase. Goblins will always spawn when you revisit this staircase, but the type of goblins and the amount of them will be different. And on rare occasions, you can have rare enemies that spawn as well that might not always be there. Sometimes out in the world, you can have random encounters too that are not always present. Within the various landmarks, you can find not only treasure to loot, but caves, small dungeons, even skills that you can find, which we'll talk about more about skills in the PvE section. Traveling overall is very fun. You have tons of traversal methods you can use. You can shapeshift if you want, or you can just run. You have mounts with various speed options as well, and a grappling hook to help climb and swing. I've also used it to help slow my fall so I don't die from falling. There is even a wall running skill where you can run on the side of the wall for as long as your stamina can handle. It feels very good too. Now, one issue I did have was the climbing. The climbing is not responsive and it fails to work 90% of the time. Even then, it's faster just to use the grapple or other methods. There are events like hordes of goblins that can rush you in certain areas. There are so many and even large secrets within the world, especially within large runestones and other areas of interest. There are plenty of reasons to explore in order to progress, quest, resource gather, and with the movement abilities that you get right off the bat in the game, it feels really good. So with the amount of things right in the world, that would have given it a very high score. However, with the broken up world, I feel just with the way it works, it just is wrong. It's bad. I don't know how other to describe it. So unfortunately, this is going to drop the score to a 2 out of 5. Though I also have one final note. Watch out while you are in a city. NPCs can catch an illness and spread them to you. I had some bitch cough in my face, and the next thing I knew, I was coughing up blood for 2 in-game days. There is a type of building system in this game for both freeform building, but also construction of pre-made buildings within plots on the castle grounds. Unfortunately, the system is not fully developed yet. There are some buildings that require wood bundles, for an example, and that item isn't in the game right now, so it's impossible to build these certain items. The free building system is a good foundation, but missing a lot of elements. It's a building mode that you can turn on, different items are categorized, you can place them wherever you want on the grounds, you can rotate them however you want, though I do have an issue that there's no way to remove them or pick them back up after being placed, at least none that I saw. So there's an issue that I saw, being that it's either not there to remove items or it's not as visible. Another issue is that you cannot...
Okay, enough of listening to him talk about it. Let's go play the game. I bought this game 3 weeks ago or something like that. I got this for cheap. It was like $5. And so I bought it. Oops. It's on the wrong screen, of course. So hold on, let me get a windowed out of it. But it seemed like it was like right up my alley, so we'll see. Oh my god, you're blasting me. Stop. Oh my god, you blasted me. I'm so sorry. Okay, windowed. Yep. And then we're gonna go blarg. Actually, this one might actually play. I don't know. But either way, we're gonna do that. That's fine. Auto set. Yeah, everything's epic. Dynamic resolution. HDR enabled. Okay. Frame limit is unlimited, sure, but 120 would actually be my goal. Let's try window full screen just to see what... I mean, no, I do want windowed. Yeah, there we go. And then we want the resolution to be... There we go. All of it's on epic. The audio is good. Apply. Apply. Make big. Video. Yeah, I mean, the resolution seems weird, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. And I need to change my title yet again before I can do anything else. I'm terribly sorry. There we go. We're gonna play The Bloodline first time. The Bloodline. First time, right? And I'm going to pop through the bloodline, right? And yeah, and done. This is a small indie game, but I don't care. You won't let me do it, but that's okay. And we'll come to this, and we'll change my YouTube at the very least. Yep. And the bloodline first time. The bloodline first time, right? Okay, save, and then I need to change my Twitch. And the bloodline, and the MMO lifestyle, and we're going to change it off of Elden Ring. I liked Elden Ring, but I'm not in the mood for it. The bloodline. We'll go for a little bit more content. It's got 0 viewers, but that's okay. Don't care. I'd rather just not turn the stream off, honestly, and experience a new game that has not even come out yet. New save name. I don't know. New save name. I don't know. I don't know. 1, I guess. Okay. Yes, graphics are okay. Very cel-shaded and very gotcha and very, you know, Borderlands-y. But that's always known for good frame rate, you know? Like Epic. Epic does games like that. Height. Oh, wow, you can go really small. Look at that. That's interesting. So, yeah. Let's go short. And we'll do her skin color. Yep. And body art color. Nope. And let's see. Her head. Those are all men's things. Yeah. Or no, actually, I don't know. Yeah, that'll be good. And her hair color will be bright red like her face. Almost the same color like that, yeah. Her pelvis size. Ah, I see, okay. Yeah, make her slim. Can I turn her? I can't see her, the side of her body. It's kind of funny to give her huge knockers, big mommy milkers, but okay, upper torso. Sure. Look how smooth and beautiful the frame rate is, though. Oh, wow. Nice and smooth in this big open world. Look at it. That huge open world. It's beautiful. I'm going to choose to love it for what it looks like. Because it's beautiful. Look at it. I'm going to choose to love it right off the bat. Listen to the music a little bit louder now. Music's good, yeah. Yeah, let's turn you down to like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. You were at 20, were you? Let's see how it feels. Yeah, it's good, but it's too much. I'm gonna drop it to like 7. Yep. And, jumping, wow. Oh, cool. There's slow motion in this? No fucking way. Yeah, like that game, Outward, right? Radio menu for what? Oh. Yeah, okay. Grapple. Oh god, I thought I was gonna fly out the window. Oops. No. Well, let's test out the process. Oh, I'm outside now, but I don't know where the tutorial was. Because you had to reload, huh? It's not what I'm looking for, unfortunately. And I feel tricked, and it sucks, and I'm going to... Yep, just gonna go return it right now, and it sucks. I am not into playing kids games that don't have execution in the scope that I want. And it's a great game, but it reminds me too much of other games, and it's just not my game. It sucks. Uninstall, manage. I'll go drag this over here and deal with this. Guys, at that point, I'm terribly sorry. I'm tired, and I know I'm not providing the content I should be, so I'm going to stop here. It has been a wonderful it has been a 11-hour session, and I want to say thank you so much for your time. And just a reminder, I am skycat.live, and put me on all day, every day. Put me on in the background. Click on the cast face to donate. It was a wonderful game. Played a lot of games today. Yesterday I think was kind of a more fun day, but today was a great day too. And I'm going to eat dinner and go to bed and try to get up a little bit earlier and go walking and stuff. So thank you so much for your time, guys, and I guess that's it. I will see you tomorrow, and with that, I will bid you adieu. You have a wonderful day. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I'll see you later.